श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिदाक्षिणे. So yesterday we saw from Bhavishyat Purana the statement from Maheshwara. So we saw that Vishnu also established the identity with Shiva. The same way, Shiva also establishes his identity with Vishnu. There is a one more set of shlokas, some six shlokas, which are said in other publications. That's a different reading. Actually, the thing is, here they didn't include it because in the Vivruti is the commentary by Tarak Verma. He has not commented upon it, therefore they have left it. But they are not doing the same thing. They have put it in footnote actually here, but they are not doing the same kind of system in the next one. In the following verse, in the same 10th shloka, they are going to omit a set of portion, but instead of putting it in footnote, they'll put it in square bracket in the main text itself. Okay, so here they have put it in in square bracket in footnotes. We'll see this. आदिस्त्वं सर्वभूतानां मध्यमस्तत् मध्यमन्तस्तथा भवान् त्वत्तः सर्वमभूत् विश्वं त्वयि सर्वं प्रलीयते. You are the beginning, middle and end of the creation. Meaning you are the creator, sustenance, and you are the cause for creation, sustenance, and destruction. Okay, merging. That's what. Tvat sarvam abodh vishwam tvayi sarvam praliyate. From you, everything comes into existence, manifests from you, and it merges in you yourself. Okay. Aham tvam hi mahadevas tvamevaham janardana avayorantaram nasti shabde arthe jagatpate. Hey Mahadeva, hey Jagatpate, hey Janardana. These are all three eulogism statements. He is calling him. Hey Jagatpate, hey Lord of worlds, hey Janardana, Lord of the people, one who protects the people, and Mahadeva, the destructor. Okay, right. So he is calling Vishnu with all this. Shiva is calling Vishnu with all these three names. Mahadeva. Mahadeva is not a Shiva here. Mahadeva is Vishnu here. Okay. Now he says, Aham tum hi, I am you and you are me. There is no difference between you and me, either in word or in meaning. See, this is why you see whatever words you see here in Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, can be seen in Shiva Sahasranama also. Whatever you see in Shiva Sahasranama can be seen in other Sahasranamas also. Many of the words are very common words. Okay. नामानि तव गोविंद यानि लोके महान्ति च तान्येव मम नामानि नात्र कार्य विचारणा. He is making it clear. Whatever is your name is my name also. My name too. And whatever is your greatness is my greatness also. There should be no discussion regarding this. Tvat upasa jagat नाथ सैवास्तु मम गोपते यच्च त्वां द्वेष्टि मो देव समां द्वेष्टि न संशयः. Whatever is the method of worship for you is the same for me. Meaning, if they worship you, that means they are worshipping me. If they are hating you, that means they are hating me. And there should be no doubt regarding this. Tvad vistaro यतो देव हि अहं भूतपतिस्ततः न तदस्ति मनाक् देव यत्ते विरहितं क्वचित्. Because I am the expanse, I am a manifestation of you. Therefore, and why? Because there is nothing which is devoid of your existence, yourself. यदा सीद्वर्तते यच्च यच्च भावी जगत्पते सर्वं त्वमेव देवेश विना किंचित् त्वया नहि. Whatever existed in the past, whatever exists in the present, and whatever will exist in the future, they are all only you. And hey Jagatpati, hey Devesha, because there can be nothing without you. That is why in yesterday's shloka, there is this shloka. Yo aham satvam jagatchaidam sadeva asura manusham. I interpreted sadeva asura manusham as Sadu eva asura manusham. Yo aham satvam jagatchaidam sadu eva. Whatever you are and whatever I am and whatever this creation, they are all only existence. Okay, I interpreted it like that. But it can be interpreted also sa saha deva asura manusam, along with the deities, the demons and the humans. The creation along with this. That in that way also we can interpret that. But what is existence? Existence is the self, right? So I interpret it in that way. All this is nothing but existence. This is said iti Harivamshe Kailashyatraya Maheshwara Vachanam. This is said by Maheshwara in Harivamsha Purana during the Kailashayatra Parva, the place where the Kailashayatra takes place. Travel to Kailasha takes place. Okay? Kailasa. Apicha. Moreover, there is one more thing. What is that? Atmeti duvachandi grayanti cha. Brahma Sutra. From Brahma Sutra is quoting Atmeti Atma iti tu upagachanti grayanti cha. As Atma. Atma iti means as Atma. Tu definitely upagachanti. They understand grayanti and accept. What is understanding and acceptance? This is grahyanti means to grasp. They grasp also and they understand also. Understanding is grasping, right? That is how we see. Because in Vedanta we see understanding is a experience. Knowledge is experience. There is no difference between knowledge and experience. But here, upagachanti means the immediate knowledge. Grahayanti means the immediate knowledge. Okay, that is the difference. Atma, he is explaining himself. Atma iti evam shastrotta lakshanaha paramatma pratipattavyaha. The Paramatma, which is established in the Shastra, as established in the Shastra, the definition as of the Paramatma as established in the Shastra, that should be Pratipattava, that should be understood as Atma alone, your self, your individual self. The absolute self should be understood as individual self. That is the idea. Okay, that's why? Because Paramatma, that is Paramatma prakriyayam javala atmatvena eva enam abhyavachanti. Why? Because he says tatahi. I'll explain to you. Paramatma prakriyayam, during the discussion, prakriya means discussion, the topic of discussion. During the discussion of Paramatma, regarding the Paramatma, the absolute self, Jabala, the Rishi Jabala, Atmatvena eva enam abhyavachanti, accepts this in the form of Atma. Accepts the Paramatma absolute self in the form of individual self. He does not see the individual self to be different from absolute self. That is the idea. Where? How do you know this? Abhyavagachanti, upagachanti. Upa, abhi, upa. That is the difference. Okay? Now, so first upagachanti, Atma iti upagachanti. The first word is taken care of. Now, upagachanti. Where do they say? So, what is upagachanti? They understand, they accept. How do they know? He is bringing these statements. Tvam vahamasmi bhagavo devate aham vai tvamasi iti. In Varaha Upanishad it is said, Tvam vahamasmi, you are me. Definitely. Why? Va is not option. Va is why. Definitely. Definitely you are me. Hey, O Lord, bhagavo devate, O Bhagavan, aham vai tvamasi, I am you. You are me and I am you. Okay? You are I and I am you. That's Anyepi. This is not just in Varaha Upanishad. It's not just Javala says. In other places also, this is the same thing which is said. Where? Yadeva iha tad amutra yadamutra tad aruhya. In Katha Upanishad it is said, Yadu eva iha tad amutra. Yadu amutra tad anu iha. Whatever is here exists there. Whatever exists there exists here. This is what in the world we say, whatever is in macrocosm is in microcosm, or whatever is in microcosm is in macrocosm. We just say it like that. But what do we really mean by that? Whatever, what these people understand it is, whatever the elements which you see here is the same five elements there also. That is the idea they present. But whatever existence you see here is the same existence. Sachidananda Brahma is that there also, because self is omnipresent. Okay. Next, yes, and here, see, to understand the truth, there are three stages. First is Shruti, the Vedic statements. Smriti, the supporting Vedic state that supports Vedic statement also is proof. Second is, these are three proofs. Second is Yukti. Yukti means logic. And Yukti should be Shruti Sammata. Shruti Matastarkonu Sandhiyatam. In Sadhana Panchakam it says, whatever Yukti, logic that is accepted by Shruti should be used here, not something which is not accepted by Shruti. Okay, then Anubhava, experience. And that also should be based on the Shruti. Shruti is the base for both experience, logic and experience. Because you experience the moon or sun to be of the size of a pizza, but does that really hold water? That experience do hold water? No. The science, the Shastra say they are so many, this many kilometers, etc. So that is not true, right? So similarly here also, the experience, all experience are not valid experience. Only the experience which are accepted by Shruti, validated by Shruti is accepted. Okay, so Shruti, Yukti, Anubhava. Shruti, Yukti, Anubhava. Shruti, Yukti, Anubhava. Shruti, Vedic statement. Yukti, logic, Anubhava, experience. These are three valid proofs which we accept. Okay, now in this, the logic here is Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it says, Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. Everything becomes lovable for the sake of oneself. You don't love the husband, the wife, or the kids, or the wealth, or this and that for the sake of that. It is only for the sake of yourself. We think I love. You say I love, but in reality, you don't really love others for the sake of others. Yesterday there was an article. There was this big thing, they call it emerald. Okay, big stone, green, big 350 kilos stone. This is okay. Now this is not from a mine or something. This is from a South African king or the ruler, whatever, whoever he was, president or whatever ruler. In his secret hideout, they have found this 350 kg of this precious stone. That was precious for him, my precious. But what happened? When he had to run, he left that and he ran. When the army occupied the palace, he left that precious thing and he ran. So he loved it, but it is not loved really, actually. He thought it is going to give him comfort. That is the idea. Okay. Now, this is logic and experience. Experience is let me not be there, let there be a state I am not there. Let me always be there. This is our prayer. I should always exist. Even for a person who has one leg in the crematorium and one leg in the house, meaning at the last leg of his life, even he wants to extend his life somehow. Please protect me. Please save me, doctor. Okay. So that is everyone's experience. Next. Taittiriya Upanishad. Yaschayam Purushe, Yaschasabhaditye, Sa Ekaha, only till Ekaha he has taken. Yascha Ayam Purushe, that which exists in this Purusha. Purusha here is not Purnatvat or Purishenatvat. This is not absolute self. Purusha here means the embodiment, the body. Whatever exists in this body, Yascha Asavaditya, Yascha Asavaditya, whatever exists in that Aditya, sun, sa ekah, they are same. One and the same. Okay? Tadatmanameva bhut, tadatmanameva aved, aham brahmasmi iti. Tad atmanam eva aved, aham brahmasmi iti. He understood tad atmanam, that atma alone, eva alone, aved, he understood. Understood means immediate knowledge. How? Aham brahmasmi, as I am that self. What is this Brahman? So to explain that, he says, this is Bradhanik Upanishad 3, third chapter. To explain the definition for Brahman, he brings in the second chapter. Tade tad Brahma apurvam anaparam anantaram abhahyam abhahyam ayamatma Brahma sarvan bhuhu. Tad etad Brahma. This Brahman which we are discussing, that is a apurvam. Purvam yasya na vidyate iti apurvam. That which is not that which does not have an effect. Anaparam, that which does not have a cause. Anantaram, that which does not have anything to differentiate itself from the others. Anantaram means antaram, differentiator does not exist. Okay. Now, abhahyam means that which does not have anything external, means that which does not have the limitation of time, space, causation. Ayam atma brahma, this atma which is we are talking with the individual self is Brahman. This Brahman we said, we explained. Sarvan bhuhu, which is experiencing everything. Which is experiencing everything in every different situation. Meaning, it is the seer, it is the knower, it is the taster, it is the smeller, everything. Okay? Savayesha mahanaja atma ajaro amaro amruto abhayo brahma. This is fourth chapter of Bradhanik Upanishad. So, he says, Savayesha mahan aja atma. Sava Yesha, definitely. Why? Definitely. Yesha Mahan Aja Atma. This great means Mahan means that which does not have any kind of limiting agent. Okay, time, space, causation, or the Sajati Vijatiya Swagata Bheda does not have, meaning the duality in oneself, duality with same species, or duality with different species. Aja, that which is unborn, Atma, this Atma which is unborn and absolute, great. Ajaraha is Jararahita, devoid of old age. Amaraha, devoid of death. Amrutaha, devoid of Amrita, also devoid of death, eternal, but here means bliss. Abhayaha, fearless, devoid of fear. That is what is Brahman. This Mahan Atma is Brahman. This great self is a individual self, is the great absolute self. Okay? Iti evamadeha atmatvena upagamaha drashtavyaha. So, in this way, the Shruti upagachanti upagamaha. In this way, the Shruti teaches you the individual self to be identical with the absolute self. Now, the second word, grahayanti. So, he is taking that grahayanti cha. Also, it makes you understand in this way. What is that? Bodhayanti cha atmatvena ishwaram vedanta vakyani. The Vedantic statements establish the individual self as the absolute self without any doubt. The Vedantic statements establish the Ishvara and Jiva to be identical, not different. We are not saying Ishvara is Jiva or Jiva is Ishvara. Remove the embodiment, they are both same. Yeshata Atma Antaryami Amritaha. Yeshata Atma Antaryami Amritaha. This is your Atma, yourself, which is Antaryami, which is all pervading, and Amritaha, which is bliss. Yen manasa namanute nahur manomatam tadeva pramattam vidhi nedam midam upaste. Ken Upanishad says, yen manasa namanute yena ahuhu manomatam tadeva brahmattam vidhi ne idam edidam upasate. That which cannot be grasped to the mind, but which grasps the mind, know that to be Brahman self, and not that which you meditate upon. Meaning, whatever is grasped to the sense organs, yet manasana manute here, yet chakshusha pashyate, ye shrotamjina shunoti, like that, every sense organ is taken in the first chapter of Kenopanishad. So, that which cannot be grasped by mind, that which cannot be grasped by eyes, that cannot be grasped by the nose, the the ears, etc. Whatever that is, but which grasps the ears, mind, etc. That is the self, and not the one which you meditate upon, mean which you objectify. Meaning, the self cannot be objectified. That is the idea. Okay. Tat satyam sa atma tattamasi. And this is exactly what in the second chapter. After this is the first chapter where the guru teaches the disciple about the self. Okay. Then before the second chapter, Bhagavan Bhashikara gives a detail. The guru puts a question and they all go out and come back after inquiring into the teaching. They come back and they answer. One fellow says, Yonas Tadveda, Nona Vedeti Vedacha. One who understands this, they understand. They don't understand. One who does not understand what I say, understand. The Guru asks, did you all understand what I taught? They all go silent. They come back. And this fellow says, declares, one who understands what I said does not understand. One who does not understand what I said understands. That is a riddle. Meaning, one who does not understand it as an object understands, as the subject. One who understands as subject understands, does not objectify it, understands. And one who sees it as an object, the self as an object, does not understand. Okay. Now, here, next. Tat satyam sa atma tattamasi Chandogya Upanishad. Tat satyam, that is the truth. That which cannot be negated in all three periods of time. Sa atma, that is the self. The individual self. Tattvamasi, that you are. You are that truth which cannot be negated in all three periods of time. Okay? In this way, the Shruti makes you understand the truth to be identical with your individual self. No, but wait. Pratika darshanam idam Vishnu pratimanyayena bhavishyati. This is pratika. See, aham brahmasmi, I am self. The Shruti is not teaching you are self or the Ishvara and Jiva are one and all. No. Then what does it say? It is just a pratika. Pratika means an imagination. Imagination means you like Vishnu Pratima Nyayena. Vishnu Pratima Nyaya means the idol of Vishnu. We say, we create an idol with hand and leg and all that, and we say, this is Vishnu. Is it really Vishnu? Or Saligrami Vishnu Buddhihi. Saligrama is a stone. Okay, there you meditate upon as Vishnu. Is the stone Vishnu or the idol Vishnu? In fact, you have to understand, in the tradition, the Vedic tradition does not accept idol worship. The idol worship was invented by some rishis for blessing us. Idol worship is not the worship. We worship the whole existence in different forms. We worship the time, a particular kind of time, a ritu, we call it particular season. We worship the particular day of a month, the particular the sun or moon, etc. Everything, the rain god, the tree god, the mountain god. All these means whatever you see there is existence. That is what we worshipped. We didn't worship the image or the god in that. The thing is, later, when people could not grasp it, so we had to bring in this idea of worshipping the form. Okay, so here you make people see Vishnu in that form. But is Vishnu limited to that form? No, Vishnu is all pervading. He is everywhere. So he is not that form. But you are making him to see the unlimited in limited. Through the limited, you want to make him see the unlimited. That's the idea. Okay. So you said this is Vishnu Pratima Nyaya, meaning It is just an imagination. It's an imaginary idea. It's not real. Like the Shruti says, Mano Brahmeti Vyajanat. See the mind to be Brahman. Adityo Brahma. See the sun to be Brahman. Is the mind the Brahman? Yeah, is the sun Brahman? No. Sun or mind are not Brahman. But an imagination. Similarly, Aham Brahma. You are Brahman is not, you are not Brahman. Like there is a statement in the Shruti which says, Devo Bhutva Devanapyeti. You have to first become the God and worship the God. Okay. So, what is worshipping God and how can you become God? They have nyasa, etc. They invoke the mantra in their different parts of the body, and they what is devata actually? Mantratmaka deva. The God is of the form of mantra. So they invoke the mantra and they become the God mantra form and they worship the mantra, the God. Okay. So here the idea is similar. He says, the opponent says, the idea is similar. It is just an imaginary idea. That's all. It is not saying you are Brahman. It is just an idea. For that we say Tadayuktam. That is not true. Why? Gaunatva Prasanga. Then this will become non. Gauna means non-important, secondary. Okay. So it will not become primary. This teaching will not become primary. One. That is first reason. Second reason is Vakya Vairupyacha. There is a different statement which establishes it in a different way. Different from what you say. Yatra hi pratika drishti abhipreyate sagradeva tatra vachanam bhavati. Why? Because wherever you are trying to establish something in the form of an imaginary idea, there the teaching will be only said only once. You are not going to repeat it again and again. You are going to say it only once. But here, Tattvamasi is repeated 9 times. Okay, why do we say that? Repetition, abhyasa, repetition is one of the 6 pointers to understand the teaching. Now, yatha, like Mano Brahma Aditya Brahmeti, the mind is Brahman and Aditya is Brahma, Aditya, sun is Brahman is said only once, not repeated. Meditate on the mind as Brahman. Meditate on the sun as Brahman. This is a method of upasana. That's all. Okay. But here, Tvam aham asmi, aham vai tvamasi ityah. The Shruti says, you are me and I am you. Which is the direct concomitance and indirect concomitance. It establishes directly and indirectly also. So it is not one-way traffic, it is both ways. Ataha pratika shuddhi vairupyat abheda pratipattihi. Therefore, this is contradictory, different from the idea of the imaginary worshipping idea, the upasana idea. Therefore, we understand the Shruti wants to establish identity of individual self and absolute self and nothing else. Bheda drishte apavadacha, and he is bringing in third reason. Bheda drishte apavadacha, it is also condemning the idea of duality. Bheda drishti means the idea of duality. Tathahi how? Tathahi, this is how it is. Athayo anyam devataam upaste anyoso anyohamasmiti nasa veda yatha pashuhu. Atha yo anyam devataam upaste. Thereafter, one who meditates different deities. How? Anyoso anyohamasmiti. As I am different and this is different. This deity is different from me. I am different from deity. When one meditates on the deity, on the God in this way, Nasa Veda, he does not understand. Yatha Pashu, like a cattle. Why he is called as cattle? He is called as Devanam Pashu, who is cattle for the deities, gods. Why? Because he is going to worship them using the oblation material and they are going to bless him. You give and they give. Like you give grass to the cattle and the cattle gives you milk. Similarly, these fellows are offering the oblation material to the gods, and the gods are going to reciprocate by giving him whatever he needs. They bless him with whatever they ask for. Next, Kathopanishad. Mrityo samrityamapnoti ya iha nana iva pashyati. Nana iva, as though duality. One who sees, pashyati, one who sees as though duality here in this world. Sa mrityum, mrityor mrityam. He goes from death to death. That is why we said yesterday, the knower of truth does not die. The Yama tells, Lord of death, he tells his disciple, his messenger, don't go anywhere close to him. That means you cannot kill him because there is no death for him. Why? Because death means he travels to the birth, to death, to birth, to death. There is no cycle of samsara for him. That's the idea. Okay. So, Nana Eva, even an iota of duality, as though duality, even if you see that there is as though duality, yes. Like rope snake, you see the rope of snake, there is absolute duality there. You don't find seeming duality there. Later, only when you understand it is rope, you see it as seeming duality. Then where do we see Nana Eva? In the case of dream. You are the dreamer. The objects of dream is you. Whatever objects you see in the dream, they are you, but you still are afraid of that object in the dream. Your dream, your object, you are afraid. So, and he is giving Kathopanishad. Yathodakam durge vrishtam varvadeshu vidhavati evam dharman vratak pashyan taneva anuvidhavati. Yatha udakam durge vrishtam parvateshu vidhavati. Like the rain, vrishtam, the rain, when it falls in the Durga. Durga means normally Durga means a palace. Okay. Fort. Durga means fort. Here Durga is a dukkena gantum yogyam. Means that which is difficult to approach, that which is difficult to go. Meaning the pinnacle of mountain, uh, the uh, the top of the mountain. Okay. When the rain falls there, it doesn't stay there. It comes down the mountain. Parvadeshu vidhavati. It comes through the mountain and comes to the earth, ground. Evam, similarly, dharman prathak pasyan. When you see different people here, the duality, when you see the duality, then tan eva anuvidhavati. You are also going to fall there. Meaning in that duality. You are going to come back to that duality again and again. Dvitiyad vai bhayam bhavati. Vratarakupnishad. Dvitiyad vai bhayam bhavati. Dvitiyad vai bhayam bhavati. Dvitiyad, when you see the duality, vai, definitely bhayam, fear, bhavati, you will have. You will definitely have fear when you see the duality. That is why in the introduction we say, if the Ishvara, if the God is different from you, you are not only going to be afraid of God, God is also going to be afraid of you, because duality presupposes fear. यदा हि एव एष एतस्मिन् उदरमन्तरं गुरुते अथ तस्य भयं भवति तत्त्वेव मनुषा तत्त्वेव भयं विदुषो मन्वानस्य. तैत्तिरीयोपनिषद्. यदा हि एव एष एतस्मिन् उदरम् अन्तरं कुरुते. Yada, when, he, definitely, eva, alone, esha, this fellow again, etasmin, in this world, udaram means, normally udaram means stomach. My stomach is different and your stomach is different. I cannot eat for you, you cannot eat for me. That is a normal understanding of duality. Here, udu means api, aram means duality. Okay, even an iota of duality, udaram means even an iota of duality, antaram kurute, if you see, even an iota of duality in this world, athatasya bhayam bhavati, from that you gain fear. And the tatveva bhayam vidusho manvanasya, this we'll understand later. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.